Today, we're going to be talking about a very important topic, a topic that's very dear to my heart. The Scrum Master role versus the Agile Coach role. And you can see here is probably one of the most important discussions that's taking place in today's industry when it comes to this specific thing. And I think there's a tension here. There is a tension here between these roles because people are confused in terms of what the role entails. So you've got the SM role versus the Agile Coach role. And there's a tension here. There is a natural tension which people are confused about. And this confusion is creating problems that you don't actually know which role do you want to get into? What is your end path here? What are you trying to achieve here at the end of the day? So we're going to discuss this in this video so you understand clearly exactly what's going on here and what's going on here in terms of how you could go about going through a career growth stage. So typically speaking, guys, we normally start off with the Scrum Master because it's the lowest level where the teams would operate, right? So the Scrum Master sits in the teams level. They're sitting in the teams level and very specifically they're engaging the team, they're coaching the team, they're enacting some of the Scrum process. Then we also be looking at how they can take the Scrum team into becoming a high performing team. And their focus is exactly on the team. However, when you've got the Agile Coach role, they are actually looking at it from a organizational perspective. It's a different way of thinking. So these two individuals are looking at completely separate things. The policies and procedures which is happening at the teams level will be totally different from the policies and procedures happening at the organizational level. And there is a different focus here. However, even though there's a different focus here, these two will be using similar tools. They'll be using similar methodologies. So the method will be similar. Some of the protocols that they'll establish will be similar. The change management programs will be very similar. And they're trying to get Agile buy-in. They're trying to get Scrum buy-in and execution within the teams. That is the Agile Coach and the Scrum Master. Typically speaking, when people start off their careers, they start off as the Scrum Master because it's the easiest entry level. And as they progress over the years and as you get more and more employment history, you can start to apply for Agile Coach roles as you get more and more experience. So yes, if you're asking me, what is the next step up? Sorry, the next step up here would be the Agile Coach. So yes, you become a senior Scrum Master, you'd become maybe a program manager to a certain extent, but the Agile Coach is, in its essence, the next step up. Now, having said that, a lot of you still don't understand the difference in terms of what's going on here. So you understand that the SM ultimately does become the Agile Coach. There's a gap, as always there's a gap. And the SM is focused on teams, is focused on coaching the teams as well, is focused on facilitation, and many other things here. While the Agile Coach is very much focused on the organization, is focused on how we can get change going in the organization. So overall change, adoption. It's a change agent. You are essentially a change agent at this stage. What else will you be doing? Okay. So team coach, and yes, you are you could say an executive coach. I think that's a key difference here that many of you don't realize. Most of you are thinking that this Scrum Master here is a coach, or coach of what? Well, they're coaching very specifically the team at this stage. But the Agile Coach, in essence, is very much an executive senior coach that knows how to deal with divisions, departments, and all sorts of different types of teams. Well, The Scrum Master, in essence, might be primarily dealing with IT teams, which is typically the case, while the Agile Coach role will be typically dealing with executives, heads of department, VPs, directors, any of these things. So this person is a very powerful person, can make significant change happen within a company, but at the same time you need to understand that this person's remit, job description, roles are totally different from this person. However, they're sharing the same skill set, they're sharing the same purpose. And that's where the confusion is. Yes, this role is lower level in terms of payment, in terms of your salary, and this is slightly higher. It could be a lot higher in some instances, but that it's a career progression that happens. So if you're looking to start out, within your career and you're asking yourself the question, what should I do? Obviously take the SM and then become a Scrum Master and then become a senior Scrum Master and then try to progress into an Agile Coach role from there. I think the senior step up is important here. I think this is an important place. It formulates like a bridge, right? It formulates a bit of a bridge in order for you to become that. And there is a massive gap that you have to traverse to become an Agile Coach. Some of the concepts are not actually covered in many courses nowadays. And most two-day courses, as you've seen me say on this channel over and over and over again, is not enough. A two-day course isn't simply cut out for this stuff. So please bear this in mind. Now, a lot of YouTubers that are having other channels are also talking about the Agile Coach role. The first thing I would recommend is that when you watch these people's channels, you need to ask yourself the question, are they actually practicing the Agile Coach consultancy aspect within the company, or are they just lecturing from their house? If they're lecturing from their house and they're giving you certain things, you really need to question if this person is practicing what they preach. Because everything that you see on my channel when it comes to the Agile Coach stuff, I'm practicing day in and day out. I know what's working and I know what's not working. It's a very different story from someone sitting in the house lecturing you. Here I'm giving you the facts, I'm giving you what's going on in the industry, and I'm telling you guys what's important and what's not important here. Okay, so a couple of things, right? There's a gap. So some of you will be asking here, how can I bridge this gap? Well, there could be 10 core elements. 10 core elements that you should be aware of when it comes to this Agile Coach perspective. And a lot of the training courses nowadays don't actually cover it. This is why some of this has to be supplemented for coaching, bespoke coaching, customized coaching, so the individuals get what they're looking for. So a couple things to take note there. So in conclusion to today's video, when it comes to this, the Scrum Master role, brilliant entry level. And as you work your way through your employment history and you get better and better and get more roles, obviously the Agile Coach would be possibly your last career push. And don't forget, guys, when it comes to the Agile Coach role, there are also organizational coaches, enterprise coaches, there are business agility coaches, there are different types of coaches. So this person doesn't just stop there. There's a whole nother level of career growth just sitting in there. So if that interests you and you like the sound of that and you want to maybe transition your career into an Agile Coach career, you can see my contact details on the screen. Feel free to drop me a message and let's see if I can have you on one of my coaching and training courses very soon. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.